What's up, tribe? Nick here in Ottawa, and in this video I want to talk about two things. Number one, I want to talk about why it's important for us to train our attention. And number two, I want to make the case that beam training is an extremely powerful and useful tool to train your attention. So maybe a good place to start is talking about what is attention. And attention really is, the best way I know how to describe it is selective concentration. So it's choosing one thing to pay attention to. Right? If your whole experience, like for example, right now I'm in sort of the movement dojo at the TFC head office. Right now there's birds outside. I know the birds are there, but I'm choosing to pay attention to what I'm saying and looking at the camera. So it's almost like your experience is this big, huge expanse in a dark room. And if you shine a spotlight on something specific, that is your attention. You're choosing to pay attention and put your concentration on one single thing. Why is that important? Why is being able to pay attention or being able to direct your attention important? Well, a lot of things in life require us to be able to pay attention, right? To have a conversation with another human requires you to pay attention. In order to engage deeply with work, meaningful work, and focus on one single thing on a project or a document or something like that, you have to be able to pay attention. Health is all about paying attention. Right? It's all about paying attention to how you feel. If you have pain, where is the pain? What things are you doing that might contribute to creating that pain? What makes it feel better? How do certain foods make you feel? A lot of this has to do with just paying attention to how you feel. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? If you're really tired, that often tells you that you're not getting optimal sleep. So paying attention is extremely important in a lot of domains of life. And unfortunately, we live in a time today where technology is geared towards distracting us, right? And distraction is sort of like taking us away from paying attention to one thing and bringing our attention to many different things on a frequent basis, right? So every time your phone bings or dings or you get an email or someone comes and talks to you, you're essentially losing your focused attention on something you're working on, and you're spreading that attention over multiple things. And right now, there's an attention economy where our attention collectively as humans is very valuable. Because when companies can steal your attention and make you look at their product in their platform, they can gather information about you. And that's extremely profitable. So Instagram is incentivized and Facebook are incentivized to steal your attention. It is very valuable for them to steal your attention. So not surprisingly, if there's billions of dollars being invested into distracting us and taking our attention away from things, we're going to have a really tough time paying attention. And so I think it's hard for people to not get distracted these days. It's hard for people to tune into a conversation or to read a book because we just train our distraction muscles very frequently. We don't train our paying attention muscles. Beam training, I describe when people ask me about it as focused attention training with really good physical side effects. So the physical side of beam training, loosening up your foot, reintegrating your foot and your hip, restoring some of the balance of the tissues and stabilizers at your hips, these are all extremely powerful things. For performance, it helps to create data in your brain about how to solve movement problems so that if you encounter them in your sport, you know how to solve them. But one of the biggest things that beam training requires is the ability to pay attention, is the ability to not get distracted and to focus on just being present in the moment. Because the minute you get distracted and think about something else you have to do, you'll often fall off the beam. And so falling off the beam is a potent feedback mechanism to tell you whether you're paying attention or not, whether you're able to focus and concentrate your concentration, focus your concentration on the single act of look forward, breathe, try not to fall off. So beam training is a fun way that's accessible, that gives you reliable feedback, right? The better you get on a beam, the more you know you're able to hold your attention on one thing. I really like the term by Frank Forensich that he says attentional density. How much of your attention are you able to put on one single thing? Because we underestimate how powerful that attention density can be if we put it on one thing. So beam training is a super powerful tool to train your ability to pay attention, your ability to focus on one specific thing. Being able to focus on one specific thing is an extremely powerful tool in life, whether that means being a better parent or husband or wife, being more productive at work, having the ability to engage deeply in a conversation and actually listen to someone, not just to try and figure out what to say next, but actually to listen to what they're saying. These are all very important things. And I think in the age of distraction, things that allow us to focus and train our attention are very important. Meditation is one of those things, but meditation is very difficult for a lot of people. And so I've often suggested beam training, 5 minutes of daily beam training as sort of like training wheels to help you improve your ability to concentrate on one thing so that things like meditation are easier. So hopefully that does an okay job at describing why attention is important, why we've lost the ability to pay attention, and why our attention spans are so short, and how beam training can be a very potent tool to use to train your attention. Catch you in the next video.